Hello. Now I have machined my sleeve. If you look, the machine stitching, I did it in black, closer to my top fabric, not in red. So I really wanted my sleeve to be nice and look perfect. So you can see that following now. So the next part would be is of course to put on the mannequin, check. Make sure it fits properly, make sure it doesn't, by accident you machined something and not supposed to be machined. So then you will need to take your tucking. It's quite time consuming because the way we stitched it, you're tucking, and it's it's going to be like several layers of the tucking. So please take your time and take them one by one, and maybe in front of TV or something, but very, very carefully, because some of the tucking will be stitched by your machine stitching. So that's why you have to be, very careful. Use tweezers, use scissors, like snip when it needs to be. So I can't stress enough how important, and you need to take it, very gradually and patiently, all your tucking. When the tucking is out, you need to machine it again, second time, so to reinforce, because sometimes what happens during the taking the tucking is somehow you can snip by accident your line, your machine stitching, the main one, and therefore, so we need to reinforce the armhole as well. So it's quite common to do double stitch, but take your tucking first before you apply a second stitching. And the second stitching you have to apply on top of your first one, exactly in the same way. Take your time, do not rush, take your time and machine it exactly where is your first line was placed. So it's very, very important. If you can't see properly, if you're thinking it's too dark, I can't see, just draw a little chalk line, very, very fine chalk line to identify where exactly you're going, and take your time and machining. By machining that, obviously you reinforce, but also you could spoil as well, because if you go to another direction, if you go into the sleeve again, then you make your armhole uneven, your sleeves will sit uneven, and that will cause actually a lot of problems. So yeah, take your time, do that. This is, I think, this is one of the most difficult thing to do for students, is machining back on the line. So I'm going to put that my jacket on the mannequin, and you need to see. So I'm going to talk through very quickly about what actually we're looking on the sleeve, on the head of the sleeve, to know if it's machined properly, and see if you needed to unpick or re-tack or redo the sleeve. So just bring it closer to you. Okay, the first thing you do, you stand back and you check, just get that closer, and you need to check, make sure that line here is perfect. Okay, so that line here is nice, continuous line. Yeah, so step back and look. So make sure it's nothing really, so it's nice continuous line at the front. We'll check at the top and then turn around, and then you check the back here as well. So you check the back, so it's nice continuous line here. Okay, can you see that? Now the main part as well you check is actual sleeve itself. So if you look that, so it's doesn't lose the shape, round shape of the sleeve. So it's very, very important. Can you see that? In some way it's quite consistent and round. Lots of things happens where is suddenly people put the sleeve and that's get off like that. So, and you have your head of the sleeve, it's not looking round, so it's not look both sides identical. See, so lots of things happens when there's actually that been taken too much. So so yeah, so it's need to be, see that is need to be nice and round. Sometimes it happens that the a lot of gathering happens here. So if it does happen a lot and it's obvious, then you need to unpick and reposition your sleeve. Okay, here at the moment what I have is you know, it's just showing through my seam allowance, but otherwise I have no gathering whatsoever in the actual sleeve. Sometimes it happens that's the main problem as well. They've got a lots of fabric in this area here, and this became this area here in the back, and this became too much fabric. It's like it became gathered in that, so it's like, you know, popping out. And so this one is perfect like that. See, if you fold it, push it like that, it looks perfect. So you have to have more fabric from the sleeve than from your armhole side. Okay, so that's important. And then of course, you know, when you do two sleeves on both sides, you need to make sure your both sleeve is identical, the position is identical, because that's quite common when is one sleeve sits perfect and another isn't, and something is wrong with happens with another one, and you just like can't get it right. In that case, you know, I unpick both sleeves and then put them in again, so that way you know, I know it's the both will have the same result. But yeah, so you have to, you know, compare both sleeves, and you know where it's positioned, and you measured everything, where their balance points, and goes how it goes against the balance point. So all these things is angle of the sleeve you have to really look at. And I know you can't compare at the moment, but it's, you know, it's important to keep in mind that actually you will have to do that. So everything you do on one side, you have to copy, you have to transfer to another side. You're working as a parallel. You're not making one side and then go and make another side. So you're working as a parallel on both sides. Okay. So so what I've done, so when your sleeve is similar to mine, then it's sleeve inserted perfectly. The next part, next video would be, I'm going to reinforce the head of the sleeve in order to support that. So can you see it's now drops out, and it's the seam allowance is quite obvious in that area. To, you know, to avoid that and to make your sleeve nice, we're going to use and reinforce that area, and we're going to use ice wool. So get your ice wool ready, which is that fabric. So it's yeah, nice knitted, fluffy, very soft fabric. So you get ready, and I'm going to show you what to do in the next video. But yes, check your sleeve, and when it's all done, and if you think actually it's perfect, machine it second time, and then check again. Okay, with the sleeves, there's no short corners. It's all about checking, 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 and checking again. Okay, so see you next video. I hope this one was helpful. Bye.